stop this feeling. It's setting all my doubts on fire. Ooh, like you won't believe it. Won't let a moment pass me by. Too late, can't win, I'm giving in.
Map number 2 set to kick off here, and that was quite the showing for HONORIS on Ancient, so things got to be boding well for their own map pick. For ECSTATIC, time to get off on the right foot, because every foot that went out on Ancient went out pretty wrong. Fast play from HONORIS. They're not going to slow down the pace at all here, and it's going to work out in their favor. My goodness, Alan. They haven't skipped a beat here, and Salazar might be the next one to find himself dancing. He's dancing for the bullet. Somehow slid through. Salazar, this is a cheeky bit of positioning, and Mangs now dictating the engagement, sets him up for more. They've pressured in reiko. Somehow the recovery comes through for ECSTATIC.
Well, that was a onslaught of engagements.
HONORIS
went into the mid stack. They went into a mid stack, won the duels. They throw that back default smoke to help them wrap, and then Salazar just plays inside of it. There's no library smoke or moto smoke because they favored that side smoke instead. And there might prove to be a mistake because it let Manx take those jewels. He pushes through, and Salazar somehow just an absolute ghost. They couldn't find him on the site anywhere. And I guess ECSTATIC a much needed pistol. They'd love to get off to a good start here on Inferno because Ancient was a little bit of a non-starter. And by the time they got the teeth into it, kind of felt like the game was already over.
Well, this one's a non-starter for HONORIS. A Glock and a dream. A Glock and a gleam. That Glock got rocked. Whichever way you spin it, but again, a very quick round. As these two teams do not want to waste time. Average of about a minute a round, I think, over on Ancient. Maybe a little slower towards the tail end, but we're still on that pace. And live for 2, and 2 rounds on the board. See, if this is a quick hitter with the first gun round coming through, you'd imagine HONORIS might take their time with it, but...
Yeah, I don't think ECSTATIC will. Look at the buy. They've got to get aggressive. Got to get funky out here. Get weird.
Couple bullets coming Salazar's way. Flash back in to clear this. And Taz is going to catch that nade.
Very slow from HONORIS. Nades exchanged in mid. As they sweep their way in for some Benunu control. Banks' nades. Kragan has a full set too. Sends that nade a Molotov. And getting ready for some utility here. Nope. Decided not to. He really needs to get this down because they are ready to go this T side. They're grouping up. Perhaps smokes down. Salazar. Smokes Bloom before he gets a chance of a fight. He's leaving only 2 on the site. Double pit setup. We know it's strong, but these players have to do big work. Taz head connection is just Queenix with the SMG. What a bizarre engagement. And somehow Queenix is still alive in the midst of this. Not for long though. 4 on 2, and I don't know. Even with that kill, they might think better of saving here.
Might do. It's the lack of utility that's got to make it so punishing. Salazar, he wants to give it a look. They're both on the same line. This is going to be a really tough face, and indeed, it goes the way of Lunatic. Kragan going to commit in after this? That was just throwing a little bit more money after an already lost round. So that's a great way to get on the board for HONORIS. You sweep off all of the guns. You keep 3 alive yourself. You start to build in here. And so ECSTATIC, with those 2 save guns, might have been able to invest in here, and they're going to do it anyway. They're going to go all the way in. They've got the op for Salazar. That's the key piece, but the rest... it's going to be putrid. The utility will be lacking. There's only one player with a full nade set. It's bad.
You've got to play 4 mid or something here. You can't play standard. Kraken's got 1 nade set. The moment B starts to get pressured, you've got a horrid choice of saving the nades and risking an early hit. Salazar, ooh, right on the edge, but not enough for him to take the shot. So Cabbi's on the move. He's seen the mid take nades, but no clear, and he said, "Feels like a B hit to me." Kraken's still got retake nades, primed and ready. And we're going to put them down. Molly in first. Smoke is second. Players peeking together. They see nothing, but it's... they've just sort of funneled them back to A. There's only 2 here, and this porch setup has to do massive damage.
It's the op, though. It's the op. Kraken even thought about committing in, and he backs off. Oh, no. The smokes are going to draw him, but it's too late. It's too late. He's just gotten the comms. He's out of position. He knows it. Threat's going to come around. Top bracket push going to go in. That flashbang's good. Oh, Salazar is so blind for so much of this round. How's he still alive? How is he going to find a round or a kill out of this? The round is done, though. It should be, certainly. Even finding one there was surprising, but there's no way back into the site for ECSTATIC.
Let's break down kind of like the key moment there is when Cabbi he actually made the right read to start loading up B. They load up B, they have the 1 nade set on Kraken, and they decide we're going to show these nades and show presence and try and get information. And it's a bit counterintuitive, but a word we used to use on endpoint was invite. You want to invite them into the site. You want to bring them into the stack. And all they kind of did was funnel them into the lesser defended bomb site by showing all their presence, by showing all the numbers. I think if you're going to go, if you want to fight it, I think you might be better off doing it dry and just peeking and just trying to force something out, because you just showed so many numbers. And it was all too easy for HONORIS to just turn around and say, well, there can't be many A if there's this much going on B. Okay, nothing else invested. One smoke on Manx. And we'll see where these guns are put into use. I think I'd like to see them all in the same place, actually. Just try and crossfire. Worst case scenario, you probably save the 2 M4s. That might have been a really nice way to go.
That seemed to have been the ticket. Cabbi drops the 1, but Queenix retrieves. Now it seems like we are going to get a B commitment here. Is that smoke on? There's a gap. There's a teeny little gap. Kraken realizing not going to test it. I mean, if they hit in towards B, it's not a bad hold with the SMG and the rifle. It's not good. Good would be a stretch for anything that they could pull out in this round, but it's not atrocious. If there were a flashbang here, life would be a lot better. Manx, unfortunately, is going to get caught reloading as they move through, as they shift in. That's dominant from Reiko. Just walk through and kill everybody. Why not?
I'm all for it. It looked a bit mad. But that was some genius. Absolute genius towards the end. 5 alive at the moment. No reason to hunt either. Salazar can't be saving a great deal. Is that deep in CT? Is that an M4 here? It is. Okay.
Were they just trying to figure out what the wallbang spots are in Coffin? Was that a discussion going on?
I'm not sure now's the time.
Why are they all shooting this? What's happening here?
Is he
Huh?
showing them?
I think they were having a discussion about exactly where you spam on that to kill the player holding it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Feels like that might be time for server time instead of this round.
That's how relaxed they are, you know. They're
vibing.
So good. They're so good that they can even have a in-depth conversation about spamming bomb diffusers.
I mean, all's well, all fair, but they have allowed an M4 into the next round as a result of this, right? I mean, it would have been very easy child's play to push through and hold on to those rifles. But instead, they needed to have a conference call.
It's got to be done. Everyone has those meetings they don't want. It's part and parcel of the business world we exist in here and now. ECSTATIC actually, well, they're kind of shaping up for a bye, but they decided to half in the end. Despite ecoing the last round, they've somehow ended up in a double eco scenario. And Salazar finds the first. Can they recover that AK? The smoke might be right on top of it.
Yep, he's got it. And here's that moment where they go, oh, he did get the A4. Hope that doesn't come back to bite us.
Now you've said it. Now you've said it. 4 A stack from ECSTATIC. Oh, this is bold. I love it.
Bit of a wrong read, but you can't blame them in this kind of
Oh,
lead.
it's still okay. They see nothing brackets there, so they might just go back 3B again.
Seems to be the case. At least shifting Manx back in. For the time being, it's just Kragan. He's got a CZ. Should be a smoke for Cross, so these rotating players can't contribute too much unless it's just off of spam. Speaking of spam, Lunatic softened. What's the CZ gonna get? Oh, he backed away. Through the smoke. Okay, that's spicy. A boost up. A flower pot's boost up. And Salazar can't zero in the spam, but this round's not done.
Eyes on Queenix. He's early. He's really early on the flank.
They're still planting. They're still wary. Oh, Tommy's going to be
Has
brutal
his
here
first
for Taz.
contact.
He checked it. And he's down. Bomb down at least, but my goodness, Cabby's got the cleanup. It all starts with that one M4 that was snatched away from the last round. And it ends with ECSTATIC. Absolute robbery.
That's a big moment. That's a big moment. As HONORIS are just starting to get in their groove. And they lose it to the least buy of all. I like that round from ECSTATIC. It was proactive, it was on the move. Aggressive opening on Banana with some flashes. Going with a clear mid. The B retake is messy. It's fast. Dragon throws a flashbang and a rifle comes through the CT smoke. It's a bit wild, but when you're in a world you don't have a kit, I like it. Make it chaotic. Make it, don't stretch the round out with a super composed retake. Get up in the face. And it worked wonders. Salazar. Salazar. No! Free found. He was the last man standing, tucks in behind the half wall. Where was this Salazar on the first map? That was beautiful. No flashes either. Nothing to take him off the angle. They know he's here very recently. I'm just surprised with the mid push that the player in the Queenix isn't rotating. Salazar falls back. Ace is still on the cards here. Soulball on top of first. Sammy finds the kill. Molly is good. Bomb can get planted, but Cabbi is fairly fast on the flank.
Spicy here in the post plan. Queenix dancing with the bullets, but Sammy's on the angle, and Queenix has no idea. How is he still alive? How is he still alive? He's been tagged by everybody in existence, and now that's the difference maker, because they're focused on Queenix, and that allows Cabbi out, and so they capitalize. Salazar's massive play does not go to waste.
I mean, I can't believe Salazar did that. He loses both his teammates on the attempted banana take. He's left alone behind half wall, 4 players in front of him. Here we go again. Tucks himself in. Second, reiko is looking completely the wrong direction. And the third onto Taz is just crispy as can be. ECSTATIC are right back at it off the back of the half-by win. That was the turning point.
HONORIS is going to take a timeout here. They got to figure out a little bit of the finances. They'll be fun to buy, but they want to talk things over, right? Because that should have been. I mean, when you take the first 2 kills on Banana, even if it's a triple setup, 1-for-1, the op at most, you win that round guaranteed. Big catastrophe now for HONORIS. And I'd say that's an important round for the sense of the overall narrative of this series, right? To me, that is the momentum halter. That is where HONORIS, all those good fuzzy feelings they got from dominating on Ancient, they're kind of wearing away.
And Salazar's here. Man, he was missing on the first. Biggest weapon of yesterday, and wow, he's already gone. Lunatic. Oh, doesn't quite make it too. Reiko's there. Thank God it was a freebie start, and Kragan's around. Trades in apartments as well. Messy round, but it does lead to an advantage for the Danish squad.
Still the op zoning in. Off the pillar, damage, not enough. And neither of these remaining CTs are anywhere close. They're going to split for the retake, but it'll be a retake that they need. Bomb down, taken away. Cabbi slowed down by a Molotov. Cabbi and Queenix pulled off this play just a moment ago. They got pretty much the same one to make, and their own smoke going into Banana telegraphs this a lot. At least Cabbi's position. Very unusual that you'd see the CTs smoke off that position. Molotov forcing the player out. Flame's gonna burn off Samey. Taz is spot known, but he's got time on his side. And Queenix knows
the
it.
nade!
Doesn't finish him, but Taz will.
That was a buster. That was a good one. That was a good one. As HONORIS is starting to show a bit of grit in these rounds. There's a lot going on there. That was a 2-on-3. I lost all A control. B was the only option, and thank God, Sammy on the peek through gets the player Fountain, cracks open the bomb site, and a well-played 2-on-2 from there onwards. Round 9 to come. All square. B there or B square. What we're feeling at the moment. Banana looks like it's going to be seeded by this T side. They're playing out for the moment.
There's enough utility.
Man's
for
going
HONORIS
through?
here.
No
Oh my
way.
God, he did.
That's stupid.
There's no
They didn't hear an apps take and they didn't see a mid take.
There's no presence anywhere else. There's nothing to show that that would be open. Everything that you've seen telegraphs that they're probably waiting for aggression. Now they've got a lot of options. Utility's going to start to sail in towards A. They know they've got one player at least caught towards B. Kraken, though, peeking from the Cabbi. Brings back the numbers. That's a huge find to make ECSTATIC a bit more comfortable here.
They've retained this A lane. They're so confident in Salazar to hold it on his own. Ooh, just facing Sobel was Cabbi, and they're going to commit. Pit Molly is in. Reiko fast up. There's a player out motor as Queenix tries to stay alive from the pit. Kragan falls by the wayside, and now it's all on Queenix. He's got so much to do. The only thing he has is some semblance of bomb control. But surely they can collapse on Pit on the end.
They're respecting his position, though. They're very wary about giving this up. And now Salazar's on a cheeky angle. Salazar, if he actually is confident here, he could peek wide and control the access towards the bomb. But he doesn't want to stick there. In doing so, he'll allow them further in towards the site. Queenix, though, connecting. The drop into Mini. Sobel, I don't think that was heard. Now it's confirmed. But Queenix, he doesn't strike. He doesn't react in time. And so Samey's able to line up the final shot. HONORIS slides back into the lead.
That was so awkward with Queenix in the pit. They had basically no plant option because they knew that there was no moto smoke down. There was a player in library. It was really tricky to get a plant off, but they just about make it work. And despite having the entry, they did commit into essentially a fully laden site. So it was never all too easy. Yeah, that initial push, that wasn't the move. It's a little bit more agreeable if somebody's spamming. You see that quite a lot these days, where people spam the smoke from deep banana and then you go through. But that was That was a bit of madness.
Yeah. Live by the sword, die by the sword, I suppose. But that one's just put your team in a tough spot early on. Gonna go for a stack here from ECSTATIC. Everybody over towards B right off the rip, which means that Queen X has the unwelcome responsibility of solo holding A.
Playing the HEs.
Oh. I had the lineup.
If
Reiko
he
had the
dunked
lineup.
on the two
Still gonna be
players
good.
getting ready themselves to dunk the nades, that'd have almost been poetry.
Would have been a big
And they've got
ouchie
A.
for sure.
They've got A.
They realize it. Here comes the execute. This is where you let fly what little you have. Got to get something. Jump ups working. Jamie, I think you're going to have to give up that one rifle. Get the heck out of dodge. Avoid giving them an op. Unlikely that this is going to pressure the round itself, but HONORIS are going to get in a position to try and deny them saving that one AK.
So we'll slow it up a little bit. He's got the Magton. He's the one that can really hunt here if he likes. Try and deny this. Salazar making noise, so we should have heard that.
Spotted
Sees
that.
the player in ruins.
We'll check. Make sure player's not in this awkward spot.
Hunt is on. Is Salazar tucked or is he taking contact? He's not actually taking Cabbi's contact. So they could lose the rifle here. Sobel wins this duel onto Cabbi.
Oh, there it is. An armored player. No chance at the gun, and Sobel just kills them both. For extra effect, gets the AK himself. Great find for Sobel.
Yeah, they could have worked harder, those CTs, to keep that rifle going. They weren't. It's quite easy just to talk to each other and say, protect the VIP, protect the president sort of scenario. But Cabbi ends up taking first contact, and his teammates tucked behind sandbags. Not the move. Not the move. That ensures an eco to come. I guess it would have been anyway. But we saw early on how potent it can be saving over just one rifle, the opportunities it could present. And that's not going to be the case here. As HONORIS, it was a turbulent start to this map, but it does feel like trying to get in the groove. What's going on here?
A little bit of cheek, a little bit of spice, a little bit of aggression. The gun can't be retrieved just yet. Kraken's stuck. They know he's stuck, but can they deal with him? They don't have any HEs. There's that AK. That's a heck of a way to make a full pistol round, no armor on 4 players look a little more appetizing.
It's still the USPs though on A, isn't it?
But there's 4 of them.
There is.
There's 4 of them.
I mean,
They're
it's
betraying
still
no
going to take
info.
some absolute heroics.
Yeah. Well, that'll make that 3 of them. Cutting noise from HONORIS is...
They have to flood the
this
site by
stack.
checking any of these angles. That's the way this could work.
Doesn't seem like they're going to do utility. It's all contact here. Anticipating the stack perhaps on the other side of the map. There's the first one found. Now they might be wise to this. Queen X gets one. And yeah, that's it. That's all they're doing in this. Kraken, maybe hide that AK.
Okay.
We know Manx is going through. He always does. Oh my goodness, this is winnable. Kraken gonna risk it on the smoke. On the re-smoke, that is. He's got the read on Lunatic's position, but he hasn't been able to find that first shot. Oh my goodness, so close to the kill. He's got it. But Sammy saves the day with the lowly Glock.
That was awkward. That was very awkward at the end. It's a shame they didn't commit to the four men on A. Because I do think one more player, especially if he was, spamming from library or something, just to make it uncomfortable as those players went in, would have made a pretty massive difference. But even so, it's still good damage, and that's what ECSTATIC have to focus on here. It's been a brutal half so far. But they can still collect good rounds, give themselves a good opportunity going into the second. And it's got to start here. Banana triple nade from the T side, and Lunatic aggressive behind it. Very fast round. Nades come back in exchanges. Both teams have ordered up the mortar strikes on Banana. And those mortar strikes seem to be going the way of ECSTATIC.
Queenix under pressure. If he drops immediately in towards pit, there's a world back into this, but it doesn't seem like HONORIS wants to test him just yet. Lurk smoke thrown. I'll bait out some sort of a response, but it's Samey making his way up banana and finding contact with Cabbi that ends this round. Bomb dropped. Sobel alone. Got time at least to try and while this one away. 44 seconds. Damage might be more the ticket, and Salazar will not be offering up any. Oh, he runs down the chicken even. Salazar is out for blood.
He's feeling feisty, you might say. Bit of a flat round there for the HONORIS lads. They haven't banked up a lot of cash. So onwards and upwards. ECSTATIC still scheming, conniving to make a go of this half. Of course, this is HONORIS' map pick. The first map was that of ECSTATIC. Not the best T-side campaign. 2 rounds on the Ancient, but this is a different day. Different tribulation. And ECSTATIC have called the mid-stack double porch. Salazar over towards long. And Monsieur Kragen is getting into onto the balcony as well. Abs pop. This could get freaky.
There they go. Trade's not on. Salazar and Queenix doing some damage, but laid low. Advantage now for HONORIS, and money being what it is, this is a risky ask. We're coming to the waning moments of the half, and so Salazar wants to try and press this, see if there's a possibility. The pit player's just strong, though. Nade in, a follow-up, Lunatic, a goner. Now we got a round. And smoke provides a curtain. A reload forced. The bomb's planted deep. They need these kills. Salazar finds the first time. A huge issue here. Sobel on his own. Using the pillar for a bit of cover, but they've whittled him down to one potential spot. Altitude there for Manx, and he's not got the kill. Hold for Sobel is strong. It's 4 in the round.
What a performance. 4A there for ECSTATIC. Granted, 3 of the 4 were fighting mid, but that was still... It should never have been easy for HONORIS. It looks good, though. They get out of apartments. They have 3 players. And, of course, they force an awkward retake in the end. Those front sight smokes from both teams. Making it a bit frisky as they try and come over default. And, oh, look at this buy from ECSTATIC. They decided to buy into it. Guess they got 3 good rifles on the deck. But Nades is already lacking. He's done a lot here early to fight for Banana. They need to retain this control to justify that investment. Reiko drops Kragen. And now it's just Manx. He's screaming to his teammates, bring the cavalry over. I know so many are on Banana.
That was ambitious from Manx, trying to catch the player half wall. His traits just give him away, and Sammy could track them through the smoke. On this fade, this is going to be spicy. That's the bomb. That's the bomb now committed. Well now, Salazar slides into the angle.
Oh my lord.
Play this fully. That smoke has to come through. Now the pressure is on. The flashbangs are good, and the exchange favors HONORIS. They recover this situation. They're trying to get this bomb planted. And they will be able to do so. Nothing Queenix can really do. He's got no more utility for this. He doesn't have the kit either. One might be down on banana. Not really sure about that. But either way, he's going to have to find these kills. And find them quickly.
Has he got time to get into banana and back to the site as well?
Don't think there's a kit. Don't think there's a kit. Oh, and that's a great position for Sobel. Sobel really turning lights out in these last few rounds. And that's pushed HONORIS now just towards double digits. If they could walk away with this with 10 rounds T-side, that's brutal.
Sobel was a bit of a slow burner in a lot of these rounds. Not necessarily early in the phase super aggressive. He's more like, once I have the info, I go. He's so good in these late rounds about positioning and choosing good fights for himself. And he seems to be money for every single connection. Oh, the buy is lacking for ECSTATIC. 15th round, so of course they're going to invest. Couple MP9s. FAMAS is in the mix. They're trying to use the utility on Banana, but Lunatic fights back. Trade is there, but Kragen's in big trouble. Player on the corner. Samey connects. Cabbi hits the deck. Kragen somehow is still doing damage. I can't believe he's still alive. Is Samey tracing the outline with the Tech 9. And somehow after all of that carnage, we're left in a 2-on-2.
It's wild that they're so totally isolated as well. They have no idea where Sobel is. Phoenix is about to find out, but he's going to find out with his face. Damage is not enough in this situation, so Salazar's stuck on the wrong side of the map. Or is he? They're going to contain him? This is a read and a half from HONORIS. A risky one, and yeah, indeed, they do move off. Oh, he goes back. They're pinching in towards B. They've got the read. The shot goes wide, though, and that's the bomb. 50 seconds. They had a sight. They had A. They had seen Salazar. Am I crazy? I guess they hadn't. He hadn't done any damage. He hadn't taken any. So I guess they didn't know where he was playing from, but now good luck. No damaging utility for Sobel. Nothing to force him out of logs, and Salazar will get the last shot through. 6 rounds at least for ECSTATIC. We're headed to the half.
Cause I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning, and it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. Ooh, morning light so blinding. It's on the ceiling and the walls. Where is my name? Cause I can't find it. Those early memory lane walls. Ooh, but I know it's the price that you pay. Ooh, for living it up on Saturday. I can't win, I'm giving in. Cause I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. The time that it takes. Feeling this great is worth the wait. I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing. I can feel something coming over me, holding me till the morning. And it keeps me dancing when I feel something coming over me. I just keep dancing.
Cause I can't exactly say the way that I feel. It's just real, yeah. So I let my silence speak the words that I'm real. But it's real, yeah. We don't know what we want, but we know it's alright. It's alright. We don't wanna wait until the moment is right. Tonight, we don't wanna wake up in the face of our mistakes, but oh well, we just go along. Life will drive us, hypnotize us.
Second half underway here. A substantial lead for HONORIS. They've looked good again. But a last-ditch effort. And a round that looked hopeless for Salazar has at least seen ECSTATIC with a chance to fight here. And I mean, their young gun is hitting once more. Pressure on towards B. It's the right read. They've got the empty sight. A gap in the smoke won't even slow them down. This bomb's gonna be planted. We got a retake on our hands, Alan.
Smoke on. Oh my lord, they're getting aggressive into ruins. They want this control. Reiko gets 2, just 1 for Salazar. There's that smoke on the ground. They're going to commit to it. Swinging over wide by ruins. Salazar, Queenix doubling up. Trades are not there. Same in his teammate left alone. Kragan 1-on-1. Sammy does have a kit though. He does have a kit and he finds the head. One
Okay.
explosive pistol. Endless action.
Love that. Love that spice coming through.
Everybody wanted ruins.
Everybody wanted it.
to be in ruins.
Can't let it go. Can't let it go. Over in the blink of an eye.
It's the hype spot. Apparently, that's where all the best music is. In ruins.
It's actually an underground dance club.
Yeah.
In a church being renovated. That actually would be a pretty hype spot for an underground dance club. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's a converted church into like a food market, as in like cooked food
Okay.
in Mayfair. It's pretty good.
Pretty hype.
I recommend.
All of ours get converted into condos, so that sounds a lot more exciting.
Yeah. It's a good place. I'll take you sometime. Maybe.
I'm into it. What do they serve?
Basically anything. Loads
Yeah.
of different small stores.
Cool. That's sick.
It's all the hype these days. There's loads of them in London.
I like
Lots to be
that.
offered up.
There's a few farmers markets I actually know around the city in London that I like. Been a non-zero amount of time in London. It's just sort of been a decade since I did that.
All roads lead to London. Apps pop? Apps pop? Or
Apps
in
pop.
apps now.
Apps pop.
Can we get a flashbang to somebody that can throw one? Yep, that's Salazar.
Apps pop.
Here we go.
Sobel's well played for this. Provided he's playing anti-flash. Otherwise, he's a dead man. It's actually not Hulse popping.
They will in the end. Just faking a long wrap first.
Or are they? Not really a hull pop. They just kind of came out. There's the play, though. Samey ready for it. Taz as well. Dynamic duo shutting this down. So some flashbangs perhaps missing from that play, and they've once again left Salazar to try and pull back an even more improbable clutch. He'll start on the right foot, but down to 8 HP. Lunatic, he's got him dead to rights.
Drive-by shooting in the end. Yeah, the idea was we'll put down long and, you know, the archway and library smokes, fake a long wrap, and then split apartments and shorts. But they could have really used the second flash, I think, to get out of apartments. And the long fake wasn't monstrously convincing. The one player in Moto was looking the site the whole time. So that's a rough one. That's a rough one. That would have been a great window back into this map. Where was Cabbi? Found the head. What a shot. Was Sobel trying to push mid? Was he just peeking?
Looks like he was trying to push it. Not exactly sure, but the pit player in Taz gonna make up for it. Ooh, he's been dinked. He's been dinked. This is getting way more exciting.
He shot through the wall.
Normally a pistol spam through the wall you wouldn't worry about, but right now Taz might be hyperventilating just a little bit. Okay. Reiko restoring some sanity, or at least attempting to. The unarmored player still should not pose much of a threat. Still can't just face them. But you can if you're this man. Every bullet in the gun used to great effect. 4K.
Here comes the buy. Save that one. Intent of buying here. Warp out on Salazar. Can be tricky to T-side Inferno to really, you know, get that AWP into play. If you make it into a 3-on-3 after plant, the AWP is invaluable, but getting the value out of it earlier on in the round can be a little bit tricky. So a couple of eyes on Salazar as HONORIS opt for a deep mid smoke and a free B start. I dare say they might want some banana control.
Okay, they've got it. Reiko doing a great job of finding it. I've been impressed with him.
He's had high impact kills. Not necessarily
high
always top of the
impact.
scoreboard here, but he's had very high impact kills. And I think he's the best. I think he's statistically the highest rated player for them of late.
That makes sense. I mean, on Ancient, you couldn't not talk about Sobel and Lunatic, but enjoyed watching Reiko work. Don't think ECSTATIC are enjoying it as much
No.
as they're staring down a doubled up scoreline. They have a molly for the pit. They do. But even that isn't going to guarantee anything. It's just without it. Guarantee pain. Manx, a nice frag. Samey trades it, but 1-for-1's not good enough. Sobol holding on to this pit position. They're crossing. Okay, Cabbi bails them out. Salazar really risked it there, getting in towards the site, but he has gained this. Let's see if Reiko can impress us once again. This time he just walks the smoke straight into death, so that a little less ideal. Lunatic's gonna try the same walkout. The same walkout.
Nobody's actually holding him right now.
No, Cabbi has repositioned, so on the fade there's a chance here, but time is ticking away. Should have a decent idea of where Cabbi's playing from, but he assumes the reposition might have come through. He gets the one. Now he knows the next. But Salazar seals the deal. That got too close for comfort. Salazar good for it.
Super explosive. Clearly a set play. Flashes behind default. Just ruined Taz. Is that Sobol in pit? Was it Sobol in pit? Who's the pit player? Whoever it was, their smoke did go down, but it didn't put out the molly. That's why he had to swing wide. So a little bit unfortunate, I guess, maybe on that front. And the money's not amazing. 3 FAMASs. Nades is a little bit touch and go for the defense. At least the B players have a good chunk of them. And get banana. 2 mollies down. As ECSTATIC consider a fighter. They're going to go through. Manx is ready to go. Flash is lined up. 2 players behind him. Here they come. Both teams trying to fight it at the same time. And it's really awkward for Reiko. Timing was not with him whatsoever.
No. No, not at
Instant A stack call as well. Oh no. Just getting some nades.
all. Oh, too late. Go back to that A stack. You're not getting into this round. The bomb's going to take a while to rotate, but they're in the site. Lunatic, that's a little desperate spray that might just keep him from pushing through onto him. But he's just trying to get out of here. The question becomes, how many can Queenix clean up on this lurk? Because this bomb's going down, and with this round win, ECSTATIC have now really bought themselves the chance to make a game of this one. If 4 players survive here, you know, all well and good for HONORIS, but if Queenix can find any sort of damage on this lurk, you're going to be looking at a very meager buy, if a buy at all, in the next. First one found. Lunatic, looking a little chunky there in the graveyard.
You wouldn't normally... I don't know what's going on there. Looking at the mini-map, perhaps? Pretty much everybody would, you know, tuck further in and then crouch up and down, wouldn't they? And kind of pick their timing.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, it was a slam dunker. If they saved the 4 rifles, they would definitely buy full nades and just commit into it. But now, maybe take a pause, because it's a really, really tough decision, because their loss bonus isn't sensational just yet. I think they're saving.
Beyond the what? 2400 next?
Yeah. Then keep this AWP going again. It's nice.
I don't mind this minimal investment. Just a couple smokes picked up. Those might have even just been spread.
Not
around
even that.
and
Yeah, they
bit
dropped them
bought in,
over.
yeah. So it's not bad. The AWP can maybe win you the round just on its own. And if not, GG go next. There's that AWP. Oh, it goes in again. Salazar. Ooh, Samey rather. Getting the fight. He has dropped 1-for-1. Not quite the impact you were hoping. Very much committed into that, but Sobol's got a cheeky spot here, and he's not being cleared diligently enough. Sobol sneaks this out. Now Taz comes to bear. It's the Famai who are leading the charge, and Taz being the hero they needed. The veteran presence.
Oh, no.
The security, man. This is devastation. This should have been the round for ECSTATIC to close the gap, to put the pressure on instead. Fall by the wayside.
Maybe they didn't think it was a save or something. The apps pop seemed a little bit crazy in the first place into that sort of investment, and the spacing wasn't good. They were a little bit lucky Sammy didn't get 2 out of that. He had a chance. But of course, the extra player in apartments, that was Sobol, pushed into the bedroom, and then you had Taz going through the long haul. It's just so awkward. And as you were kind of saying, that was their chance to get their teeth into this map, to get some economic control, to get back into the game. And, well, at least they got some money in the bank here, but that's a big opportunity left by the wayside. Manx is a monster. Where did that kill come from?
I don't know, but they need some more of that. They need some more
Oh, it's pulled Sobol. Look at the rotates.
that. You guys are going to put Sammy on an island. Utility in, pressuring on. The Molotov actually airbursts, so that's a blessing for Sammy. Not going to be forced off the angle. He wants to swing back in as a result of it. Oh, no! They're not looking. He's going to collect one more. Might be vulnerable to the balcony peak, but he's aware that that's a possibility. Support as well. Sobel gets it through the smoke. This is falling apart, and now he knows. Now Sammy knows everything. Pressured on, rocking a hard place, really committed into that fight, into that angle. But he's done so much for the team. He's bought them so much space to make this happen, to bring this pressure on. Queenix fighting for the mini pit. He's down. Oh, on to Salazar. I left him to pull off some magic again to try and make this happen somehow, some way. Trying to track these bullets through smoke, and he's overwhelmed.
Oh, no. 2 rounds now where HONORIS have been in great positions. Oh, my lord. That is catastrophic. Queenix was the player lurking apps. And maybe he didn't, maybe he thought there was another player on the balcony or something, because he just kind of refused to exploit the timing when he knew that the same was posted up on short and mid. And this guy keeps on hitting. Oh my lord. I think HONORIS just bought a one-way ticket to the lower bracket of those last couple rounds, because it's starting to feel like it.
Out, Molotov's down. Pressure around. Lunatic and Reiko catching the first couple, taking an already improbable round and making it desperate. And as the flashbangs clear, well, so will the chances for HONORIS to do anything here. They've got 7 rounds in a row that they need to run, and no bomb plant there means they've got almost nothing to work with.
It's looking really good now. Really good now for HONORIS. This is en route to be the most dominant series of the qualifier.
Yeah.
In the upper bracket final. This isn't an opening game, a lopsided seeded matchup. These teams have both had to battle through HONORIS. Dispatch of Flames, Dispatch of Forza, 2 of the favourites to take this spot in Melbourne. HONORIS looked brilliant yesterday. You would have betted on them, I guess, at that point. To get those flights all the way to Australia. But at the moment, someone call up Warsaw Airport, because the Poles might be coming.
Time to check your passports, boys. Tapping. Coming on through. Now, even if they win here, there's still another series they'll need, but they'll have the luxury of waiting for their opponent in that grand final. It's quite a find. Especially if it could be a rematch, right? A lot of information that can be studied up and gleaned in the meantime.
It's guaranteed.
Speaking of a lot of information.
They've already played Forza, so... Wait, hang on, did Forza win?
They do, but they still have to play another one today, right now. I don't know what's going on with that matchup, actually.
They're playing Aurora right now,
presumably.
and Forza are winning. That's the update.
Sammy. Ooh, good for it. You would have expected him to be, but that's the first domino to fall here. HONORIS. They're gaining the space, but do they realize there's 2 in apps? This is going to be a flank on fast, and oh, it's deadly. Sobel, a massacre here. Kraken, something at least to give him a little bit of road back, but it's so brief. That little bit of hope is so very brief. HONORIS, dominant here again, especially after the half switch, just in full control. I think control is the word of the day right now, because HONORIS just looked to be the far better team, and we saw it across both maps. We saw their strength flexed, shown beautifully. We saw multiple players step to the forefront. This is looking like a very polished lineup.
It's unintentional.
It was completely unintentional. I realized as soon as I said it.
As
soon as I said it.
It was good. Very